This week's edition of the Weekly Skyrim serial is brought to you once again by Diet Water. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And as trick or treating is just around the corner, and while part of the crew is out there doing their best to trick or treat and bring in their big hoard of candy, you can help reward the crew when they come back by making a brew for your crew, whether it be hot chocolate or one of those pumpkin spice mocha costa lattes. Whatever you do, make sure when you're brewing for your crew that you're using the one beverage that has all of that great water taste, none of those dreaded water calories, and absolutely will not detract away from whatever pumpkin spice you're putting in that mocha costa latte. That would be the one, the only Diet Water. This product's only available in stores where it is sold. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are time zone wise on this island Earth. This is Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, your host here on Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. It is Tuesday night, which means it's time for the weekly Skyrim serial. We kind of pattern these after the old matinee serials back in the day on the old time Saturday matinee movie, Saturday at the movies kind of scenario. So, our current character that we're playing right now is a lady by the name of Bevsette. She is the never named until now, often mentioned but never seen until now, sister of Bellathor. Bellathor being the proprietor of Bellathor's General Goods in Whiterun. And whenever you go in and you want to try to buy something from him or sell something to him, he always starts with this line: "If he had a sister, I'd sell. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second." Well, he's actually kind of telling the truth. Unbeknownst to a lot of people, there's a secret slavery ring going on inside the province of Skyrim, and Bellathor is a part of it, and he sold his sister into it. She's gotten free from her slaver captor, and along with the help of someone else that she's rescued from that, a certain Khajiit by the name of Inigo, they have a list of who everyone in charge of the slave ring in the different holds inside of Skyrim, and they are heading out to take care of those perpetrators once and for all. They have taken out Aaron in Riften. They've taken out Calixto in Windhelm. They've gone to Solitude seeking out one named Eriker, but they found out this was not going to be as easy to eliminate because he's one of the Thanes of the Hold. So they need to figure out how they're going to go after getting him. And that's where we will pick up our story here. So without any further ado, since we used all the do making dinner last night, let's go ahead and get things started. Along with the lovely music of, let's do a shout out here for Liz. See if it works. Yes. Looks like she was last playing Alien Isolation last time. This is her singing. This is an actual mod that you can get on Nexus. This is the English version. There's also a German version for those of you who would prefer that language. And back when I was a kid back in the 70s, when you'd have all the talk shows with like Merv Griffin and Mike Douglas and all those introducing the beautiful and talented. It's always the ladies introduced were always lovely and talented. They didn't focus on the talent first, but then again, it was the 70s. Things were different back then. So this is Liz's work here, and I'm giving her a little promo push here. What little promo and pushing I can do here on this channel, because she's got a beautiful voice, and I think this is a mod that deserves getting all the attention it can, and I know myself and several others are doing our best to do so along that line. So let us go ahead and get started in our story and see where we are. Inns are a great place to pick up rumors. The innkeeper can usually point you to local quests. Oh, you know what? I think I had the music turned off, unfortunately, didn't I? I might have. Sorry about that. I goofed. I'll make sure you hear it at the end of the stream. I just discovered that it was turned off, but now we've got it fixed. It was coming here, but I don't think it was going through there, but now everything should be going through. So what else can prevent predators and the sweet mother, send your child into the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood. Today, you can open a more difficult lock. So, my plan to take out Erica is not going quite as easily as planned. Turns out he is one of the Thanes of the Hold. Will not be as easy to take out as a serial killer like Calixto, or a seeming nobody like Aaron was in Rift. I'm gonna have to think this plan out a little more carefully. Come, Inigo. Let us leave here for now. I believe we finished that out. Yeah, finished out Man with Cried Wolf. So, and we've taken everything where we need to go. So, let us make plans for the night. Go for the night. I think. Did I make a wrong turn in Albuquerque? No, that was the right one. So lost there for a moment. I think we will need to plan our steps. Alright, this loading. Hopefully you all had a good and decent day today. Need to look something up here, just in case. Because I forgot to do it earlier. Alright, Inigo. Let's go to the inn. I do not have the time or the ability right now to eliminate Erica. This is interesting. So,
I found the bone. I've brought it to you, but still I am refused.
some of these could be helpful. Down the road.
found the bone. I brought it to you, but still
It's 6 p.m. It is early evening. Best that we do not travel any tonight. We'll stay here the night, and then I think we plot a little change in course.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever. Take a load off and enjoy the atmosphere.
I think we shall. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
Well, we didn't accuse of stealing anything. I'd like to get a room for the night.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
Okay, I did good. Alright, Inigo, this is what we shall do. We're going to spend the night here, and we'll go down to Markarth and take care of our business there. Not quite ready to complete the final transaction here in Solitude. Things are not right from a business aspect. We've had quite a busy past couple of days.
I
Let
am
us
here for
rest.
you.
Any thoughts?
I've never tried winking at a skeever before. I usually just slay them on sight and save the subtle body language for the ladies.
Why am I not surprised?
Go ahead, ask away.
Tell me some more about your past.
My brother and I found much work as sellswords. We never made it to the Imperial City, but we made a lot of coin. I awoke one morning to a lot of noise outside our tent. My brother staggered in, bleeding, and pushed our father's sword into my hand. He said that if I loved him, I would run. He used the last of his strength to rip out the back of the tent and push me down the slope beyond. Some Khajiit-hating locals had blamed us for a spate of robberies in the area, and had decided to take the matter into their own hands. 12 of them had snuck up on us in the night. My brother died, but I live because of him.
That's such a
What's
horrid thing to
next?
have happened. What's next is I think we go ahead and sleep and rest. We've had quite a lot of busy stuff with the Fatima and the cave and everything like that, so let's get some rest. Alright, morning has come. Come, Inigo. Hope you rested well. It's time for us to go. Cheese rolls on the floor. Must have been a wild night down here. I was so tired I didn't hear a thing. Early start to the day is always good. Earlier we leave, the sooner we get there. So no one can see me. One moment, Inigo. There. Now I'll be ready for anything that gets thrown at me. Tries to throw itself at us. There it is. Alright. The Dwarven ruined city of Markarth. Remember from my schooling days, they say that it's built on top. It was originally a dwarven city called Wanshenzel or something like that. A lot of words. When the language was always a difficult one to pronounce. Soldiers, we have no beef with them, do we, Inigo? Security guards for the monarch. Alright, we're out of the city and the suburb. The river, now let's go through the woods. Ready to go. The only thing I know about who we're looking for next is they go by the name of Silverblood. Memory serves me correct. We may run into the same thing that we ran into in Solitude. They're a pretty well-known family. There will be farmer arrows all the way out here. Dagger, we will leave clothes on and let you keep the dignity. Farmer arrow. Either business partner, maybe lover, maybe husband. Let's see what this journal has to say. I begged my husband not to go, but he wouldn't listen. He said if we delayed the shipment even another week, the Legion would find someone else to take it south. Let them keep their blasted money. The road to Whiterun is dangerous these days. Everyone knows that so many caravans have been attacked, so many travelers vanished into thin air. Some say it's only bandits, but there's rumors of worse. Goblins, ghosts, witches. 20 years we've been married now, and I can't bear the thought of losing him. I'm not letting him go out alone. Not this time. We live or die together. Mara preserve us. Looks like Mara wasn't able to do enough on this one. Because they were ill-fated. Just crippled adventurers. It looks like they must not be bandits. They didn't attack us. So that's good. Something up ahead here. Not quite a fortress. Let's be safe. Sure, we're not gonna walk right into a den of marauders. They're looking for victims. Go back, Inigo. He's looking this way. Guard posted there as well.
Is someone there? Someone there?
Well, they know we're here.
Mercy!
Yeah, the same mercy you were planning for us, I imagine.
If I could just stand up. Sure have mercy on you.
Sure have mercy on you.
Let's see what you've got.
We are not.
I can take you blindfolded.
Let's see what
Oh,
you've got.
I need a potion. My magic to get back.
Time to end
Danger.
this little
Shall we
game.
engage or try to ignore
Don't
them?
leave Skyrim alive!
You
Not the
are
best you can do.
flammable.
Oh, I need potion. Inigo, you took care of him. I was almost a goner. Good here.
Bandits never wash. I can usually smell them a mile away.
Well, we smelled them out pretty good, did we not? Key. interesting weaponry. Let's see what they're hiding down here. Chest is empty. Journal. 5th of first seed, 4th era 201. Idiots. Rodir and Herd were at each other's throats again today and nearly came to blows. This whole camp is on edge. I've ordered an extra ration of mead, but unless the fighting stops, we'll tear ourselves apart. 6 days later, rumor is that Herd's gathering followers for a mutiny. Rodir's not stupid. He'll probably do the same. He's probably doing the same just for insurance. I'd kill them both myself, but the camp split right down the middle. If I tried, there'd be a knife in my back within a week. I can't take this anymore. I've begun skimming a little gold from the take, bringing it down here when I can. If I can scrape enough together, I'll make a run for it. Head downriver to Dragon Bridge. Rodir's getting suspicious. I caught him poking around in the cove this afternoon. I don't think he found my stash, but it's not safe here. I took the boat out tonight and stowed it on the island to the south by the old tree stump. Had a good haul this week. Another caravan or two and I can finally get out of here. And not a moment too soon. Something about an island out that way. I say we go check out, see what he's got stashed. All these people still have on them that we can sell. Funds we can if we're going to take out someone as high ranking as Erica or one of the Silver Bloods. Head out. That must be the island he was talking about there. Up for a swim, Inigo?
Slaughterfish, get out of the water.
I see it. Careful, Inigo.
Their suffering is at an end.
Good shot. Glad you're on my side. See anything here? Interesting carving there. Oh, here we go. Gold necklace, some more gold. Scroll, magic scroll here. Some special stone there. Not a bad haul, Inigo. Alright. Let's get back on our journey. Need to get to Markarth. Wolf ahead. Let's be ready.
I will send you off in style. I seem to
Oh,
be
he's gonna
burning.
come for us. Sorry about that, Inigo. That spell seems to do that. Try to kid him when he's not as close next time. Alright, let's keep moving. See someone up ahead there. They're just standing there waiting. That can't be good. Be ready, Inigo. Need
Someone
someone's
there?
trying.
What was that? Wait down on you.
I'm on fire!
Yes, you are. You're very much on fire.
It is inevitable. Survival is not.
I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Thought he could take a running leap at us, did he? We showed them a thing or two, didn't we, Inigo? Is that all of them? Something else that they took. Probably the person pulling this. Not much there. But, you know. Alright. I believe the sign said Markarth this way.
2 3s. What was he thinking? Fool never saw me pull that ace out of my boot.
I hear someone talking. Yeah, Markarth that way. Be ready. Someone might be hiding it, else might be.
Pay off my bounty this time. Walk into the city a free man.
Alright, let's go, Inigo.
Need me some scuba.
Besides, we have others coming up from ahead. Fellow travelers like ourselves. Vigilance of Stendar, in fact.
Ha! Found you!
Nasty magic! Get your dragon skin on, my friend!
Trailing vigilance. Thought you could take us by surprise. Looks like we may just need to be aware all of the Roy on this
Be
trip.
ready for a fight, my friend. You dirty this world no more.
That's one. Hopefully, where there's one, there may be more. We need to be ready. Know where. Just in case. Structure up ahead. Bandits like to take those places and hide. Need to be ready. Just on top there. The head looks like Forsworn. See that we mean no harm. Let us be.
Someone there?
Nope.
Someone there?
Preventative here. Yeah, that should cause them to leave us alone. The crime we did was walk by the building. No reason to be on the attack of us. Any rhyme or reason. Hopefully, that'll bring us some peace the next time we go by this way. Sights. Very nice indeed. But we must keep going. We have work to do. Noble on a horse, it appears. Lots of this road are overgrown. Interesting. Still clear enough to pass. Go ahead, Mr. Goat. I'm not in any race with you.
I'd rather have 2 bottles of mead than 2 wenches, friend.
Hail, friend. It's good to see another merry soul enjoying this fine day.
that?
Ah, but you're
Revelers.
tired. Come, share a bottle of Honningbrew mead with me.
Won't argue your ear off about which one should go first.
I would love to share a drink with you.
Ah, nothing like fine spirits to help raise your... well, your spirits. Cheers, my friend. May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
Oh, that was a nice little break. Come on, Inigo. Let's go. Still have a destination to reach. Get some fine samples here. Alchemist. That would come in handy. Juniper berries. That's nice. Alright then. Making good time. Still be early in the afternoon when we arrive. Make it there to the Wemmer stronghold. What the?
I will carve you a prettier face.
Force one.
Huh? It's nothing.
And I need a potion. Where's the other one at? Did you get him, Inigo? Close one. Did not look like a Forsworn when I first saw him. Get my strength back up. Alright, let's go. Let's see, it looks like Markarth up ahead. Any signs that we're getting close? Cannot help but admire the amazing work of the Dweller. We have a Kajiki. Women machinations, that's for sure. City profits off of, that's for sure. It's magnificent. Some of it looks like it's seen better days, but I expect that to happen over time. Whoop. Little glitch there. Quite fascinating. Fascinating indeed. doors barricaded. Good idea to keep people from sneaking in, I suppose. Let's go into the city. Still quite the impressive sight. With the city gates. Wonders of Dwemer engineering.
A bit of jewelry for your journey home?
Impressive.
Oh, this pendant would look lovely on my sister.
The reach belongs
What
to the
the?
Forsworn. Hey!
Just killed.
Get to the Nords! You stepped on... I
Dare dishonor the Legion.
By the divine, the Forsworn are here in the
Inigo, stop.
Try harder.
Okay. We need to reload the entry. I accidentally hit the soldier. I hit the guard. Triggered Inigo. And I don't want anything like that happening.
A bit of jewelry for your journey home?
Beautiful.
Oh, this pendant would look lovely on my sister.
The reach belongs to the Forsworn.
What the?
Never should have come here.
Guards! Forsworn!
Rightful rulers of Markarth. The old gods give me strength.
Someone do something.
By the divines, the Forsworn are here in the city.
Everyone stay back. The Markarth City Guard have this all under control. There are no Forsworn here.
By the way he acted, I would think otherwise. He is to be dead.
There is much history here.
Oh, damn. Another body to get rid of.
Does this happen often?
Gods. A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you alright? Did you see what happened?
I heard some shouting about the Forsworn. That was about all I could see.
The Forsworn? Strange. Well, I hope the Eight give you more peace in the future for what it's worth. Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important.
Wait. This isn't mine. Is this yours?
My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket.
Did you see anything with the
No.
attack?
I was just getting some fresh air. Had one too many pints of mead at the Silver Blood Inn.
Silver blood in, you say?
All right, then.
The water and the stone rule Markarth.
Did you see that, madman? A Forsworn agent, here in the city.
So it sounds like. Who was he? And I'm new to this area of Skyrim. Who are the Forsworn?
Think he worked down at the smelter. A lot of laborers there are sympathetic to the Forsworn. They promise people they'll kill off all the Nords that rule over the Reach. Nothing but murderers and saboteurs.
See.
This has ruined my entire day.
Margaret,
You see what happened.
he killed her. Right in front of me.
Did you know her? Who was she?
She's a traveler from the Imperial City. Came by every day looking for jewelry for her relatives back home. Why would anyone want to kill her? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
What's happening to this city?
I don't know. I just got here. This is what he came out of, and he said something about silver blood.
This is an imposing place. It smells like sweat and steel. The layout is interesting.
Yes, it is. Come, let's go inside. Rest our weary feet from our journey.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
That's good to know.
This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
You must be Klepper. I have something for you from Boli over in Riften.
Ah, Boli finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks. Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What? Oh, how could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that.
Thank you.
Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
So I see. Interesting little place. So suppose let's get a room for the night.
If I can't get you something, I'm sure my wife will bellow at me until I can.
All right. Can we get a room for the night, please?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yeah, too busy right now, but I'll probably get busier when the miners get off their work. Oh,
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yes, I will. Very impressive indeed. So,
Something on your mind?
Any thoughts, Inigo?
This is an angular inn. It is making me self-conscious about my curves.
I see. Well,
What's next?
I think we rest here for the night. If the name Silverblood is on this inn, evidently whoever we want must have plenty of coin and or other parts of the city behind them, so this might be another situation like Erica and Solitude where we may have to do some scouting about who this person is. Let's read this note that we supposedly dropped. Just says, meet me at the shrine of Telos. You have to exploring the city a little bit, since we have our room for the night. Now, let's do a little exploring.
Hey, Holmes. I said Holmes, you backbiter. Give a crippled worker a helping hand.
All right, but you could be a little bit nicer about it.
Aye, a whole heap of it. You see that temple? Way up there?
I hit the wrong
Not
button.
even for a look.
Button.
How about a... s-
There we go.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Guard craftsmanship in every piece.
Yes, yes. Now, to find myself a drink.
You want a cut of venison or mutton? Well, of course you do.
Let's explore this way since that's where the other worker came from. The mine, so to speak. There's the smelter, so the mine must be down in here. You're inside the city. Interesting. Definitely taking advantage of the probability of the water here. Yes, that would be the mine that way. Some sort of blacksmith foundry. What do we have here? We could sell some of the ingredients we found to this.
It's down the stairs, dear.
Alchemist.
Just come right in.
We shall.
The Hag's Cure is here for all your discreet needs.
The Hag's Cure? That's a rather interestingly unique name.
Comes with living to a ripe old age. People start thinking there's something magical about you. Then, the insults. Still, a little knowledge of plants and potions can get you by. Not that anyone likes to admit buying things from you. See? I even have a little potion for the steward. Mind handing it over to him? Just say it should solve that problem he has.
Certainly.
Thank you.
So what else do you have
so you're
available?
an alchemist, then?
Well, I'm a skilled gatherer. Might have some things of interest for you. Sell some of these things off. There you go. Others here. There we go. Excellent. Actually, while I'm
Take a
here,
look.
what do you have for healing potions? A couple of those wouldn't hurt.
Now, you let me know if you need a cure or anything else.
I will. Thank you. All right, come on, Inigo. Let us go. Must be off for the rest of the day. What else we can find? Let's see what we have up here. What we have here.
The sisters are communing with Dibella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another time. I'm sorry, the Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion.
Gods forgive me for what I have done.
If that's the case, then
Dibella's blessing
we
to
won't
you.
destroy. We won't disturb you then. It was a temple like I thought, but unfortunately not the temple I was looking for. Pardon me, sir. We head this way. This has the front of the temple to it. Let's see what we can find here. Would be Talos. And there you are.
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do.
I'll do? What are you talking about?
You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess.
And you would like me to find out why?
This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please. You find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Waylon and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me.
Alright then, I'm gonna need more to start with. First, what do you know about Margaret, the person he was trying to kill?
She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silverblood Inn.
Well, I'm staying, and I found a room key on her. Maybe I can do some investigating. So, who was this Waylon? Where does he live?
He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Waylon, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers.
Let's see. So, who are the Forsworn?
They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people.
So, how much have you looked into these murders?
Yes. It all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why.
Let's see.
Keep your eyes and ears open.
I shall. There's to be a lot of standing water in these places. Waters of knowledge, perhaps? Interesting.
So you don't know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen entering or leaving? Any strange lights or unusual noises?
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
He's dressed like a vigilant Stendar. What he's doing now. Leave him to the discussion.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Never leave the house? You want that ending?
You're closing the stall, and that's final.
You want to give up now, out of fear? Is that what we're going to teach our daughter?
Mama, why are you and Papa fighting?
We're not fighting, we're just... Why don't I get you something to eat? Mama and Papa will talk later.
I can understand him protect her after what happened out there earlier today when we arrived.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
We have our room. Journal of some sort. Let's go down to our room and read this, Inigo. Everyone's busy on the activities outside. There we go. Let's close those doors. Sit down and read this. Meeting at the Treasury House later today took them long enough. These people act like they own everything. Thonar Silverblood is the youngest brother, but he's obviously the one in charge. Makes all the deals, bullies local landowners into selling to him, even employs that wispy girl at the door to deter troublemakers. Like me. General Tullius is growing impatient, but I'll bring back the deed to Signa Mine. On my life, I won't allow a group of Stormcloak sympathizers to own the prison to the most notorious criminals of the Reach. They say no one escapes. Why? Is it really that secure? Maybe I played my hand too soon by rushing the confrontation with Thonar. There's shadows around every corner of the city, and I know I'm being watched. So, it appears our good friend, our good now dead friend, was working for the Imperials. Evidently the Silver Cloaks are in league with Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, the one behind the rebellion. Be surprised if he'd be the same one we're looking for. Gonna be doing stuff like that. What's gonna keep you from getting your hand in other areas of making money? Well, first, let's change out of the armor into my unassuming robes. And let's get some sleep. Get a good night's sleep after a busy day fighting off bandits. All right, let's start our day. We have a delivery to make. Castle. Oh, there's a blackface error there. We'll have to get that fixed. In case we have to interact.
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions. Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here.
I'm not trying to cause any trouble, sir.
You're finding it. That's bad enough. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
So much for the friendly city of Markarth. Alright, we have a delivery to make here. Deliver this cure for whatever is ailing this steward. The hag of the hag's cure.
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Typical Imperial lies. First, you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead? You and the Jarl will answer for any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Thongvor. We're done.
Why do I get the impression he might be from the Silverblood clan? Jarl is in his place.
You! Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth?
I'm just a traveler. I have a question or two, perhaps. Of the court.
Very well. You may approach the mournful throne. But watch your words. Keep your eyes open for Forsworn when you're on the roads.
So I've noticed. I have something for you, sir.
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward. Oh, yes. Thank you. Here you go. Some gold for your assistance and your discretion.
Welcome, good sir.
I have letters to read.
I will not bother you anymore. Come, we have some investigating to do. Told us about a place called the Warrens. Down by the mines. It's the water from it. See what we can find out. Well, looks like business is back to normal.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
Child, learn a trade early. Sydenham mine is not just a mine, that's more to it. It's actually place named the Warrens. It looks like it's too high up a place. I bet that's where it is, like that rat's paw. Down underneath. you might be able to help me with some information.
The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want?
The man named Waylon who died yesterday. What can you tell me about him?
Oh, yes. I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. Kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now.
Do you mind if I investigate his room?
Sorry, but you don't exactly belong here.
Trust me, it's important.
Trust is hard to come by here. But all right.
Thank you. So what are the Warrens, if I might ask?
It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here.
So only the poor or sick live here then?
That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the divines you can choose to live somewhere else.
Trust me, I'm not. Let's just say I've been in situations just as this bad.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
You don't want to be here. No one wants to.
All the way down here. This is the right key. Bed. Egg. Bread, a chair. Chest. Hides dress in gold and a note. That's what it has to say. Waylon, you've been chosen to strike fear in the hearts of the Nords. Go to the market tomorrow. You will know what to do. Signed, N. Well, he was under someone's marching orders, but we don't know who. Unless you happen to know what this N means.
You want to talk?
Any thoughts?
Living here would be a step down from homelessness. It smells ripe.
I agree. Let's go ahead.
What's next?
See if we can figure out who this N is. Let's go, Inigo.
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Fight! Fight! Enough! This ends now!
You'll find that I am not just a weak little girl.
Fight! Keep those hands up! That's your best, huh?
You won't get away from me.
Who taught you to fight? Keep those hands up! Drive that...
At least a chance to heal myself.
Not so tough now, are ya? Let's go. Come on.
What? We gotta do it again.
Enough of this.
Nar! Septum's on the big one!
Nar! Nar! Yeah. Arr! I'm gonna crush you like a bug.
Not if I crush you first.
Do your worst.
I believe I have.
Drive that snow back to the ground! Come on!
You had enough.
Drive that snow back to the ground! Come on! Stop that!
You mangy piece of pit bait.
Who taught you to fight?
Alright, talk, or I'll finish you off.
I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. He told me to make sure you didn't get in the way. That's all I know, I swear. Nepos is in charge. That's all I know.
Thanks for trying to get help.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Well, I could have used your help there, sir. Attacking an innocent woman.
This town is a marvel. It seems to have been designed by a suicidal madman, though. Watch your step on the higher levels. Markarth is sturdier than the minds of most of its people.
So it appears.
Okay, let us get back to it.
Need to find someone by the name of Nepos the Nose. We also need to go find the real leader of the Silverbloods. I don't know if Nepos works for him or the other way around. Either way, come Inigo.
Bloodiest beef in the reach.
Need your backup for sure. There you are. Come, let's go. See if we can find where this Silverblood lives. I'm guessing somewhere along here. No, it leads to the Jarl's abode. Start checking some of these others here. No nameplate there.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
For you. There it is, written there. Silverblood Treasury. Let's go in. Meet our adversary. Face to face. There's the one that supposedly is keeping Markarth. Is he?
The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here.
I'd like to learn a little bit more about the Silverbloods if I could.
It's an old family, very well respected throughout the Reach. The Silverbloods run nearly all the lands in this hold, as well as the local inn. And of course they owned Sidna Mine, the finest prison and source of silver in Skyrim.
So I see, so... Who's in charge here? Would that be you?
You want Thonar Silverblood. He handles all the family business. If you're here to talk politics, though, you'd want his brother, Thongvor. He spends most of his time in Understone Keep.
So I was right. He was of them. So what kind of patronage do you have here?
For one, the landowners of the Reach. It goes without saying that they rely heavily on us for our silver and support. All the miners, farmers, and laborers in the Reach get their daily wages through us. Nepos the Nose handles that part of our business. He has a way with the workers.
Nepos the Nose, you say? Interesting. May I talk to May I meet with Thonar?
I'm afraid he's asked not to be disturbed. He has important business.
I think, in a sense, he may be expecting
Oh, I'm sorry to keep you. Head right in.
Thank you.
I have records I need to tend to.
And who might you be?
I'm married to Thonar Silverblood. Keep that in mind while you're speaking to me.
So you're an important family, I take it.
My dear vagrant, we're the only family worth knowing in Markarth. We own everything in this city, even the jail. And guess who owns the Silverblood Inn? Not that we named it that. The people just insisted.
I'm sure. So you're married to Thonar. Tell me, what's he like?
He's the real head of this family. He may not be the eldest, but all the work that keeps us respected is handled by my Thonar.
I see.
Yes, I was bored talking to you anyway.
Alright, let's play a little surprise. Sometimes the use of surprise can get you the initiative. Not that kind of surprise. It's just Thonar Silverblood, I presume.
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors.
I'm here to talk to you about the murder of Margaret.
Imperial agent. That's right, I knew. How many dogs is the Empire going to send after me? This is my business. My city. You Empire lovers should learn to stay out of it. Now get out!
For the Forsworn!
What? By the
What
gods,
is that?
Setrid!
Yours
Never
is
should have
dead.
come here.
It's nothing!
I will send you off in style.
My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside.
Adenok. So, now they've even come after you. You willing to tell me a little bit more about what's going on?
Fine. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control.
You made a deal with the Forsworn.
When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little Forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control.
So the Forsworn have a king?
Madanach, the king in rags. While we were off fighting the elves in the Great War, Madanach was busy ruling over the Reach, until Ulfric came and put them down.
So, he's in Sidna Mine.
My prison, the source of half the silver in Skyrim, the most secure prison in Tamriel. No one escapes. I thought keeping Madanach down there would keep him under control.
So, are you asking me to take care of Madanach then?
You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanach are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house!
You to blame us for this? Right. Nepos the Nose. Do some investigating here. Here's the book I want to see. Nepos lives just... His house is just down the way here. Come on. Let me guess. It's probably not going to be too hard to figure out why he's is so good with the workers here.
You want a cut of venison or mutton? Of course you do.
This is his place here. Let's go pay a little visit on the man in charge of labor.
Excuse me. What's your business here?
I'm here to look for Nepos. Who are you?
If you must know, I'm the maid. And the master of the house is old and needs his rest. So if you don't have any business, leave.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send her in.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
Must be you, I take it, sir? You are Nepos the Nose?
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want?
I know about Waylon.
Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired.
Why?
Because my king told me to. Madanach. When the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question.
Tell me more about this Madanach.
He is the king in rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip. He stokes the passions of the downtrodden in this city, directs them to kill the enemies of the Forsworn in our name. All from inside Sidna Mine, a Nord prison. The irony is quite thick.
You mentioned something about an uprising.
Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the Elves, we had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others.
So you seem to be telling me all this quite willingly.
My dear girl, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. I'm sorry. Oh, no, you don't. No more! I yield! I yield!
I seem to be burning.
No!
I think that maybe you should surrender.
We took them all out. Just the two of us. I didn't want to do it. need anything else here. Let's go. Well, we found the answers. The person I'm looking for is part and parcel behind it all.
Bloodiest beef in the reach.
Come. Let's see if he's back at the temple. See if he's there. We can give him information. Then we can figure out how to go after Thonar. Not be easy. Although right now he might be at his most vulnerable.
Out of my way, outsider.
Just coming here, sir. Gods here.
We warned you, but you just had to go and cause trouble.
Eltrus is dead.
Now you have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work.
What did you do to Eltrus?
Same thing we do with all the other natives who want to change things around here. We had a nice little deal going between Thonar and Madanak, until you and Eltrus started snooping around. Well, you wanted to find the man responsible for those killings. You'll have plenty of time with the King in Rags when you're in Sidna Mine.
I don't see I have any choice. Fine.
You'll never see the sun again. You hear me? No one escapes Sidna Mine. No one.
If I can escape a warlock, I can escape your mind.
All right, prisoner. Eyes front. You're in Sidna Mine now, and we expect you to earn your keep. There's no resting your hide in a cell in this prison. Here you work. You'll mine ore until you start throwing up silver bars. You got it?
Understood.
Good. All right. Open her up. Now you, get down
Inigo.
there.
Just took me. Less armor, everything. Fortunately for me, still have my magic. I can figure out a way out of here. Let's talk to you.
What are you in for, new blood?
Nothing, actually. I'm quite innocent.
Innocent? So was I, for the first one. The other murders were all me, though. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma.
So where are the guards?
They come in here once a week to clean out the bodies, grab any ore we've mined, and beat down the troublemakers. That's the only time when we get food, too. And if there's not enough ore mined up, we don't get any.
So what are you in for?
A Nord nobleman I served was stabbed in the night. Wasn't me, but I knew I'd be blamed. So I ran, joined the Forsworn, started killing, got caught. Now I'm here.
Why did you join the Forsworn?
Because life was better under the old ways. No Nords and their laws. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in their blood.
Where would I find Madonna?
If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanach, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkle the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkle the Beast.
I don't, do I? Let's see.
The new meat. So soft. Tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh?
I'm not a murderer. The only times I've killed has been in self-defense.
Liar.
So what are you in here for?
Murder, banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging.
How long have you been here?
Guards brought me in about 12 years ago. Was running a good group of bandits up until then. But these Forsworn, they're nothing like the men I cobbled together. They're real killers.
I would like to see Madanach.
You want to talk to the king in rags? Fine. But first you gotta pay the toll. How about you get me a shiv? Not that I need one, but it's nice to have one in case I need to do some shaving.
I think Madanach might be expecting.
The only thing Madanach expects is a bottle of skooma in tribute ever so often. You're not getting through.
I don't have a shiv. They've took
Then
everything.
find one. That dung-heap Grisvar's been known to make a few.
Looks like I need to meet some more of my new friends down here.
I was sent here because someone said I was a Forsworn.
So what are you really in?
Guards say I murdered someone. I was just sleeping off some meat in my aunt's house. That didn't stop them from arresting me. I didn't even know who they said I killed.
How long have you been here?
A couple of years. I wasn't a Forsworn when I came, but I joined up when I got in. Easier that way. All right, then.
Jarl
How about
decided I
you?
was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn.
What are you here for?
The first time, thieving. The second time, thieving. The third time, thieving. It kind of keeps going like that.
How long have you been here?
First it was 6 months. Then a year. Then 2 years. Now I'm in for life.
I take it you're the one I could talk to if I need a shiv?
Ah, you want protection? I can get you what you need. Maybe you could do something for me first. Duak has a bottle of skooma. Finest distilled moon sugar. I'm shaking just thinking about it.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, friend. Don't worry. I'll have that shiv ready for you.
Good thing Inigo's not here. We not want him being exposed to that temptation. Are you the one I'm looking for?
Don't reach for a shiv around me or we'll both regret it.
Well, I don't have one. Why are you here?
I don't want to talk about it.
I can understand. How long have you been
Long
here?
enough. All right, then.
Somewhere else here in the line. Must be you.
Other prisoners get suspicious when we talk to each other, so keep it down.
So What are you in here for?
I'm a Forsworn. One of our raids went bad and I got captured. Would have been fine dying for the Reach with my kinsmen, but the Silverbloods want their ore mine, so they threw me in here.
How long have you been here?
Year 7, I think. Surprised I haven't cut my own throat out by now, but something keeps me going.
I hear you might have some skooma on you.
You give me one more look, and I cut you open. That skooma's mine.
I need some. Badly.
Getting the shakes, huh? All right, take it. Old gods keep you.
Thank you, sir. Stuff to know how to act.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn.
I have your skooma.
Here's your shiv. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay?
No worries. Long anyway. So, Volkul.
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
I'm ready to see Madonna.
Ready to pay the toll? One shiv.
Here's your shiv.
All right, head on in, but don't try anything in there. Markarth is smarter than you think. All right then.
Let's go talk to this king in rags. Must be you.
Well, well, look at you. The Nords have turned you into an animal. A wild beast, caged up and left to go mad. So, my fellow beast, what do you want? Answers about the Forsworn? Revenge for trying to have you killed?
All I want is my freedom out of this place. I've had my freedom taken from me once before. I'm not going to suffer through it again.
Your freedom? Yes, but even if you were to escape Sidna Mine, your name would still be stained with all that blood. You're one of us now, you see? A slave. The boot of the Nord stepping on your throat. Maybe if you understood that, I could help you.
I already know what it's like to be a slave. What makes you think you can make me understand it any differently?
There's a man named Breg inside these mines. Besides me, he's been here the longest. Tell him I sent you. Ask him why he's here. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is.
Tell me more about Thonar.
I had Markarth. My men and I drove the Nords out. We had won. So we thought. Retribution was swift. I was captured, quickly tried, and sentenced to death. But my execution never came. Thonar's Silverbloods stopped it. He wanted the Forsworn at his call, that I would point their rage at his enemies and spare his allies. And I have. Humiliating at first, but I knew he would let his guard down eventually, that he would come to trust I was under control.
Tell me more about these Forsworn.
This was our land. We were here first. Then the Nords came and put chains on us, forbid us from worshipping our gods. Some of us refused to bow. We knew the old ways would lead us back to having a kingdom of our own. That is who we are. The Forsworn. Criminals in our own lands, and we will cut a bloody hole into the Reach until we are free. Our struggle is our people's struggle.
Let's go talk to this Brig. First,
I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken.
Name seems familiar. Is she the maid? Nepos the Nose's house? We meet again, sir. Madnock has asked me to hear your story.
My story, huh? Everyone in Sidna Mine has a tale. Let's hear yours first. When was the first time you felt chains around your wrists?
Let's just say it was several years ago, and not by anything that I had done.
Then you know the hard looks as judgment gets set upon you. The sneers of people who never had to face sentence. Do you have any family? Anyone waiting for you on the outside?
None that I care to talk about.
I had a daughter once. She'd be 23 this year. Married to some hot-headed silver worker, or maybe on her own, learning the herb trade. The Nords didn't care who was and who wasn't involved in the Forsworn uprising. I had spoken to Markarth once. That was enough. But my little Aethra didn't want to see her papa leave her. She pleaded to the Jarl to take her instead. And after they made me watch as her head rolled off the block, they threw me in here anyway to dig up their silver.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
My daughter is the one who needs your pity. I'm just a poor Forsworn whose only regret is not killing more Nords before I was locked up.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I've heard your friend in chains tale.
You're a Yeah, imagine hearing a story like that over and over. Each time a different family, each time a different injustice. Your meddling above ground reminded me of how removed I've been from the struggle. My men and I should be in the hills, fighting.
Well, I plan on finding a way of escape. Do you wish to join me?
Yes, but I need a show of loyalty from you. I don't need a shiv in the back while we break out. Have you met Grisvar the Unlucky? He's rightly named, and he's also a thief and a snitch. He's outlived his minor usefulness. Take care of him, and then we can leave Sidna Mine for good. Remember, it was the Nords who locked you up.
All the Nords in general.
What do you think you're doing?
Time to
there?
end this little game.
Ah! It burns!
You can't beat me!
Oh, for Pete's sake. I guess if you hit one of the others, they all attack. I thought I was going to get through this without a death here tonight. Alright, let's try it again. See how far I have to go, all I have to do here. Oh, it's going to take me all the way back to here.
We warned you, but you... Now you have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work.
Markarth is the one behind all the killings.
You think you're the only one who knows that? We had a nice little deal going between Thonar and Markarth until you showed up. You'll have plenty of time to take it up with the King in Rags while you're serving a life sentence in Sidna Mine.
Alright.
You'll never see the sun again. You hear? No one.
Alright. So we'll go back through all this quickly.
All right, prisoner. There's no rest. You got it?
Got it.
Good. All right. Open her up. Now you, get down there.
All right.
What are you in for, new blood? Innocent. My advice? Sir, if you're asked, no one talk, and you don't want to talk to Borkle the Beast.
Yes, I do.
The new meat. So, what was it like killing your first one, huh?
Not a murderer.
Liar. You want to talk to... How about you get me a shiv? Then find one. That dung-heap Grisvar's been known to make a few.
Jarl decided I was too much. Ah, maybe you could do something for me first. Thank you, friend. Don't worry. I'll have that shiv ready for you.
Standing now.
Other prisoners get... You give me one more look, and I'm getting the shakes, huh? All right, take it. Old gods keep you.
You serve your... Ready to pay the toll? One shiv.
I've got the...
Then find one.
Oh, I
That
gotta get the
dung-heap
shiv first.
Grisvar's been known to make a few.
I got locked up
Here's
one
your
too many times.
Here's your skooma.
Here's your shiv. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay?
Now I can get it.
Prison's not so bad. Ready to pay the toll? One... All right, head on in. But don't try anything in there. Markarth is smarter than you think.
All right, let's get right to it.
Well, well. So, my fellow beast, what do you're one of us now. There's a man. Tell him I sent you. Ask him why he's here. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is.
All right, here we go.
Don't reach for a shiver. My story, huh? Then you know. Do you have any family? Anyone waiting for you on the... I had a daughter. The Nords didn't, but my little... And after they made me watch as her head rolled... My daughter is the one who needs your pity. My daughter is the one who needs your pity. I'm just a poor forsworn whose only regret is not killing more Nords before I was locked up.
All right.
Do you remember this? Yeah, imagine hearing... Your meddling above ground reminded me of... Yes, but have you met... He's outlived his minor usefulness. Take care of him. And then we can leave Sidna Mine for good.
All right. Let's do a quick save here.
Remember, it was the Nords who locked you up.
Last mistake.
Oh, it got him too. All right. All right. I want to do it without a shiv if I can. I know what I can do.
The Nords who locked you up.
Let's try those.
Somebody help!
Clear him out here.
Where are mine?
Never should have come here.
Alright, that worked. Oh, he's already used the skooma. Okay. Alright, that helped. That worked. Alright, let's get ready here. Since I don't have my swords anymore. Alright, it's done.
You're a slave, just like us.
I no longer wish to be a slave again. Grisvar's
You've
dead.
finally become one of us. Come with me. I think it's time I announced my plans to you and your new brothers.
Lead the way. King in rags.
What's going on, Madanach? You wouldn't have old Grisvar killed unless you weren't planning on needing him.
My brothers, we have been here long enough. It's time to leave Sidna Mine and continue our fight against the Nords. Through this gate, just beside my quarters, is a tunnel. A tunnel that leads right through the old dwarven ruins of Markarth, into the city. Well, what do you say, my brothers?
The Reach belongs to the Forsworn.
I say you've earned an early pardon. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Into the tunnel. Let's go.
Lead the way, King Madanach. Been here all this time and you've never used it. Just in case. Lead the way. So far so good, so far so safe. Is that spider silk I see up ahead? Yes, it is.
Last mistake! Ah!
What are you attacking me for? Okay, anything I do, it can't hit any of them.
Last mistake!
So I've been told. Alright. Just let you do the fighting. So far so good, so far so safe. Speak too soon. Spider webs. Don't dare cast, it'll hit him.
Enough!
I didn't want to kill Madanach. Okay, how am I gonna fight? I wasn't trying to mess with you, I was trying to help kill the spider. Okay, before I do anything else, let's level up. here and one-handed. Lamb, borax, sword, daggers. It's maces, it's borax. What's this over here? Not dual wielding. Okay, that'll work for now. Alright, so I can accidentally kill Madnock then. It's not essential. Let's risk it.
That takes care of that.
Last mistake.
Alright. You deal with them. There. Finish them off. That way I don't get in trouble. Alright, let's go.
What was that?
Huh?
What was what?
That takes care of that.
Huh?
I knew it.
It was in the room at the Silver Blood Inn. Lead the way, King.
Madinah,
Already here.
I brought what you asked for.
Good work. Get ready while I have a word with our favorite outsider. I had Kai recover all the things the Nords stole from you. You better get ready before we break out into the city. And take this. It's blessed with the old magics. Something to remember me by.
What happens now?
Now, I announce to all of Markarth that I have returned. Don't worry about your name. They'll know who to blame and fear after today. It'll take years, but I'll organize the Forsworn again. We'll reclaim our land, and then when power is ours, we'll have peace. A kingdom. Until then, let me offer you a warning. Beware the Forsworn. No place in the Reach is safe from us now.
Hey.
Before we go any further, work. Yes, my armor is back. Oh, but I need to put on the ring. There we go. And my daggers. I don't have to reset all that stuff. Good. It's all set to go. Let's get out of here. Perhaps find Inigo. Now we need to take care of the Silver Blood. Quite risky. I need to take him out. And slavery, I remember the mine now.
Adenak, think you can escape my prison, do you?
You'll pay for what you've done to my family.
Your family? You've poisoned the Reach with your tainted silver for long enough, Thonar!
What was that?
Never should have come here.
Here we go! Ah! That's the best you can do!
It's dead.
I'll bathe in your blood!
They've killed him for me. I can act like I'm innocent. Inigo, you found me.
I'll have your head. You won't even live to regret this!
Someone do something. Pray to Stendar while you must.
There's no escape. You'll beg me to see you before I'm done.
That's it. God, just give up. You're no match. You're a fool to fight me.
No.
Must kill.
And now in his death, he's looking for them, and now he's gone. Impressive blade. His journal. Key to his place. We'll let them deal things themselves. We're gonna get to a place of safety. Get inside here where it'll be safe. Get back into my own clothes.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
Hide in Margaret's room for now. I still have the key to it. Alright, we need to get dressed here again. We need decent shoes. We need to get everything else equipped here. But for now, let's find our shoes again. Shoes. Now. Let's get back everything that we had before. Go. Let's go back to a now empty place. Find more evidence of what Thonar has done. Search his place, find everything, anything and everything that links him to the slavery ring. Probably should not be anybody here. Let's not take any chances. There is someone here. The other brother, of course. Let's be careful. ashes of his wife. Let's see what we can find. Nothing here. Empty chest, imagine that. Interesting gem. Okay, Inigo. So, we can find here. There we go. Through these papers. Yes. Everything that I need to link him to it. All right there for the taking. It was all taken in the Forsworn's uprisings. Alright. We have the information we need to link him. Let's get out of here before we are found. Even Mensch talks about Erica. We're in luck. Everything we need is
Excuse
here.
me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave?
Totally honest, no, I haven't, but I'm not from here.
Seems no one in this city has. I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites, and so forth.
Sorry, I know nothing.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, everything is over. We have all of everything back, and we've eliminated another member of the
Come
ring.
on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
Could use a good night's sleep.
Forsworn rampaging through the streets, as if business wasn't slow enough.
When all is done, I'm sure everyone will be here to drink to their glory or to heal the pain of their wounds.
Sure thing. It's yours for
Take a
day.
room, please.
Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
Learn that all too well. The only thing valuable in their veins is silver. Let's get a good night's sleep. Well, I don't know about you, Inigo, but I am more than ready to leave the city of Markarth. What about you?
Speak to me.
Any
I'm
thoughts?
thinking this is a nice inn.
Yes, it
If
is.
you need anything else, just ask.
Looks like that's about the only nice thing in this city. Alright, let's go. We have other destinations to reach.
A thief!
See them all over the place. Be interesting to find out who takes up the void. Silverblood's gone. I'm not sure if the older brother has the mind for it. We shall see. Soon enough. Ready. Alright, let's head out. This is my first time with this mod set here in Markarth. This stuff here on the outside is
Too much
nice.
skooma back in the day. Forgive me if I sometimes repeat myself.
You will be forgiven. Let us leave this town. And the sad part is, I don't even think y'all had any clue what was going on. These gods will stay as corrupt as ever. And now we'll have to just see. This is part of the stables. Alright. According to what I have found here, we have Erica to take care of. Oh, here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty. Head out. The big cogs of the wheel are the ones to come next. We have to take out Erica somehow. We have to take out my brother, Bellathor. We have to take out Nazim. And one other. Quite ancient name. The city of Marthal. Where are you? There you are. So next we need to go to the city of Morthal. Someone there in that city. had written down that they needed to take care of Kizzy was onto something. We need to find it. Having trouble making out what it says. There you are, Inigo. Glad you finally caught up. Yeah, there's some more things to sell.
We are going to have some fun.
Don't know what's going on, but let's set you free.
Thought I heard something.
What the?
Easy.
I set you free and you attack me. I cannot get out of this hold quick enough.
Be ready for a fight, my friend.
We helped your king escape, for crying out loud.
Is finished.
Why are you attacking us? Word must not have gotten out yet. That, or he still considered us part of the enemy. I'm a Breton, not a Nord. You'd think he'd be able to tell the difference. Alright, let's get to the city of Morthal. See who we can find. Let's be careful here. Don't know what we're walking up against here. Okay, fellow adventurers. They're not going to attack us. That's good to hear. Let's see. Get out of this crazy place. Back to a place that makes more sense. Careful, this is where the Forsworn attacked us the first time passing through. See if they leave us alone. So far, so good. Let us keep on moving. I must hand it to the Forsworn. They took care of our problem for us. Nothing wrong with that.
This weather is spectacular and cleansing.
Look at this view. There's the robbers' corner that we saw earlier. Where we need to go is more off this way.
Is that flagon you are carrying a souvenir?
Yes, it is. Souvenir of the place I escaped from. Look through the notes here we found.
My fur feels charged.
I want to look here. And figure out. Okay, so the person we need to look for in Morthal, someone by the name of Rogar. Supposedly, he was making inquiries about people being taken and disappearing. Hopefully we can find him to compare notes and hopefully they've not done anything to him. They almost did to us there in Markarth. Lone traveler up ahead. Looks like this corner is safe. No more bandits like there were before. Bodies are still here even. Alright, there's the flags. We've entered the next hold. Oh, I don't remember that statue. Is recovering from fighting bandits. It's like one of the graybeards that we're always told about. They have a statue for commemorating the graybeards all the way out here. Are they supposedly up on the throat of the world? What do they call it? High Hrothgar? Let's see. Meanwhile, let's keep our things going here. Everything was safe. This is cleared out. It's starting to rain. See how far we can get before the rain overtakes us. Must be some sort of hunter's camp over there. Some place to be. Be ready just in case. Oh, old travelers like us. I don't trust anyone at the moment, not after what we've gone through so far. Check the signposts, yes. Morthal, this way. Yeah, there's solitude in the distance. We'll be back there soon. Sometime soon. I'm not ready to take on someone with the power of Erica yet. Standing over someone or something. Necromancers.
Here we go again.
What was that?
That was your best.
Necromancers.
Trouble.
Practicing the trade out in the daylight like that. Rather bold. Not completely foolish. anyone could see. Lamplighters must have been around recently. Left the ladder behind. Come, we must get to Morthal, meet up with this Rogar. But he knows about the slave ring that we're going after. Supposedly, they had Silverbloods had concern over him, so they had their eye on him. We need to make sure, one, that he's safe, and two, see what we can do to combine our forces together. Thalmor, seeking out Talos worshippers. Anything else they can do to try to weaken the Empire. I remember this town, Morthal. We passed by it before. We were on our way to Solitude, so we never had time to stop. Smaller, almost drinkwater cities. Is the center for the Allmarsh Hold. There's the Salt Marsh area. Let's get some trade. Pretty successful mill, if memory serves me correct. Who are you?
All right. Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut
Really?
you like a fish.
I really do not have time.
Don't
Why
you
don't
walk
you
away
kill
from me.
yourself and save me the trouble?
Can you believe he actually tried to take us both? Fool. He's so brazen to try something like that. He was outmanned. Or did he just not pay attention to you, Inigo? It's always possible. Maybe he didn't see you as a threat. Or maybe you were hiding so well he just didn't see you. Morthal. We have found our destination. Some sort of meeting here.
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
Changing position.
Wrong button. His things are not quiet and peaceful here on Morthal. I wonder what that was all about. And we will find out what that was all about next week. Thank you all for joining us here for our little adventure. Things went fairly smoothly, no crashes, couple of deaths and all that, but then again, we're playing perma-life, we're not playing permadeath. So, another member of the slavery ring down. Let's see who's next on the list. We will find that out here next week on the adventures of Bevsette, the Glass Lass. So that brings us to the end of this stream here tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Tomorrow night will be Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K22 universe, where a number of DMs, GMs, and RPG players from across the Twitch universe compete in a ring that we lovingly call the Dice Tray. We're about 4 weeks away from our next premium live event, the Joust, which is our version of Survivor Series. We'll be announcing 1, maybe 2 matches there for that one as we get ready with that. We still have the men's tag team tournament going on. We'll have the final 2 first round matches for that to determine who moves forward into the semifinals, and then other matches as well, including the defense of the Hunter's Mark for both the men and the women. Saturday, you can catch me on Wandering DM's channel at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays for Scion, Birth of the New Gods, as our characters are no longer just godlings. We have reached demigod status now. But we've discovered that all the other Scions in the world are missing. My character's number 1 grad student assistant is missing. And we've got to try to find out where they are and where they're hiding. Plus, someone has been impersonating one member of our party for all this time. So we've got to go track them down. So you can catch us in those adventures on Saturdays. Mondays will be Family Night at the Emporium, where my daughter Bonnie and I are working our way through the Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga. We're getting ready to start back in on the movie adventures there. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday for more adventures with the Glass Lass as we see what's happening in the bustling city of Morthal. So let us go ahead and see who we can do a raid with here. Bring everything over. Let's see who's on and who we can go visit. Let's see. Okay, Lindy's on. Great Padinsky is on. Since we're doing chivalry, let's see. Rojenki is back on. We got Lindy. We got Midgie on. Let's go ahead and pay a visit to our good friend Lindy. Let's learn how to type here. Lindy, there we go. So, if you like what you see here, you like to talk things Skyrim or wrestling, Grappler's Keep, or Lego games, or anything else for that matter, join us on our Discord. The link is been showing up there in chat. Thank you for catching us, whether you're watching us here live on Twitch, or if you're catching us on VOD on Twitch, or if you're catching us on excuse me, on our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and follow on all those things based on whichever place you're listening to there. Lets us know that people are actually following and watching and enjoying what we're creating here on this channel. So we have one special section in the Discord called the Prayer Closet. We believe in the power of prayer. We believe prayer is powerful. We believe prayer is effective. We believe prayer works. So if you have a need, a concern, or a request, please place it in the prayer closet there, and we will be praying for you. If you'd rather not say what it is, then just use what we call the praying hands emoji, and we will consider that to what we call a unspoken request, which means you're asking for prayer, but you'd rather not tell us what it is, and that's fine. We don't have to know exactly what it is. All we need to know is that the need is there, and then we will take it from there on the prayer side of things. So just go ahead and do that if that's what you feel more comfortable with. So with that, let us go ahead and get ready to raid Lindy. So until next time, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody. This has been a Diet Water.